Hello, welcome, and thanks for listening to Carbon Cli-MATES, an energy podcast dedicated to discussing all things energy, carbon, and sustainability. We also like to talk about what's getting hot, aside from our planet. I'm your host, Enya, and today I'm joined by my Carbon Cli-MATE and co-host, Hannah. Hi, Hannah.
Anya,
So you're back again by popular
I'm
demand.
back again. This time I'm getting paid.
Yeah.
Really exciting.
Oh my goodness. We're gonna cut that out. Okay.
For those who listen to me before, they know that I did request this.
But yeah, I actually got a lot like your first episode is aired
Yeah.
and everything, and I got a lot of feedback from it. Loads of people saying you're really funny, and like how
Who's
like,
saying I'm really funny?
at least
Is it
5
like,
people told me you were really
it's
funny.
me or like this one's really funny.
Yeah. And what was it? Was it Mark Clements from episode 3? Did
Did
you
he
like
say?
it?
Yeah, I actually don't know what his opinion was. It.
Yeah, I actually need to check it up.
I'll
on
ask him literally after this
Yeah.
how he feels about. How did you feel? From that show. Oh, with the Mighty Boosh.
Yes.
Like make an assessment.
But that's no, that's good. Well, it's good to have you back on.
Thanks. I'm glad to be here. I'm
Mhm.
excited.
Yeah, well, you should be because today we're going to talk about what an LCEA is, and like what it means to become a low carbon energy assessor.
Yep.
Because you yourself, you've been through this process
I have.
a couple of years ago.
Probably less than a year ago.
Okay. Wait.
Well, calm down. I'm
Yeah.
25.
See, yeah, I always say that. I've actually got a speech to give in May time to a group of
Oh,
people.
really?
Oh, this is for the 30 under 30 thing. And I'm gonna start off with a joke about my age. So I was gonna be like, oh, I'm Enya, I'm 29. And I just about made the cusp to be here in the 30
Yeah,
under
this
30.
was my last year to apply.
Yeah. And then so it'll be like,
Someone's like, actually, you can apply when you're 30.
Yeah. And then I'm just like, okay. But then I was gonna make one. It's just like, hi, I'm 29. I know I look 20.
Mhm.
And if like,
And if no one laughs,
if no one
that
laughs,
set it off to a bad start. Like,
Yeah.
you're gonna feel offended. And then you're gonna be annoyed at the crowd. You're
And
gonna
then
get a
I'm
bit
just like-
spiteful. Like,
I'm just gonna be like, you know what, forget it.
you know what? You just rip up the
Yeah. So yeah. Well, we kind of start back into the usual Carbon Cli-MATES format. How's your week been? Has it been good?
Yeah, pretty good. I mean, it's Monday today,
Mhm.
so not much to talk about right now. I mean, it's a big week for me.
It is a big week for you.
It's my last week in
Oof.
Northern Ireland.
Tries to it now.
I think I'm desensitized. I have to remain desensitized so that things don't spiral out of control.
Yeah, that's
So we won't talk about it till the last day.
I know. It'll be like again, we've joked, we've kept on saying it's gonna be like, The Office.
Yeah.
And you come to me just like, yeah, let's go for lunch tomorrow on my last day. But like,
I can't actually do that. Like, there's protocols in place.
don't worry, okay.
I can't pretend it's my last day.
There's security,
Like,
okay.
I can't say to Alan, like, oh, it's my last day, surprise.
And he's like, wait,
we can't pay you. for
yeah.
that day. You lied to us.
Yeah. You're going to jail, okay?
Been in prison for a long time, kid. Forget about London.
Oh my god. Kept you here one way or another.
Yeah.
Oh, we're grand. It's grand.
Yeah, how's your week been going?
Thanks for
Has
asking.
no one asked?
It's been pretty. No, it's
You're
been.
like, I don't want to talk about it.
It's been grand. Busy week. We're very busy in work, as you know.
Yeah.
So just getting a lot of handovers. It's actually really great to think about because at the moment, there is 4 low carbon energy assessors in this office.
Yeah.
Okay. But like maybe 4 years ago, there was 1.
And was that Alan?
That was Alan.
Okay.
And then there's me.
Now there's you.
And then there's you.
Yep. And then
Then
Louise. Yeah.
And then
That's it.
that's it.
Mm-hmm.
We'll go back down to
It'll be a
3.
while, I think, because
Yeah.
obviously you have to do your 2 years.
Yeah. But yeah, so I always talk to people. It's great having you on. Like, Hannah, you're my tea buddy. We go for tea every day.
Is that all I have to do?
No, you're one of my best friends. Okay.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah. But like, we go for tea every day.
We do.
Okay, tea or coffee. And we just chat and talk about life.
We do.
Mysteries of life. And like it's really great because you're one of the people I talk about the podcast with.
Yeah.
One of the reasons I wanted to start it, as you know,
Yeah.
is just to show that there's lots of job roles in the energy field. Like if you're ever feeling lost or like, a bit overwhelmed, like I don't know what I want to do.
Yeah.
Or that career doesn't seem viable. I was in the exact same boat.
Just remember, you can always fall back on podcasts.
Yeah. Just remember. Wow. Amazing. Brilliant.
Thanks for sending it.
But yeah, what is it? But like, it's careers like, I'm quickly moving on.
Yeah.
Before I cry.
Yeah.
So like I just like wanted to the title of low carbon energy assessor.
Yeah.
Like it's a title that no idea existed when I first came in.
Yeah, I didn't know what
to
it
this
was
role.
either.
And yeah, it was like, it's an eye opener now that you've got that qualification. You're unstoppable.
Sure, I mean, like I could still be stopped by CQA, but
okay, yeah, you could still be stopped in general.
Yeah, be stopped in the streets at any time.
Yeah. So I kind of want to go through. First off, to be an LCA, LCA is kind of one of those things like chartership, like having a master's, like trying to think of another comparable term.
An LCC.
An LCC, like getting an LCC, which stands for low carbon consultant, as form of, and it gives you that qualification of energy assessment.
Yeah.
That makes you more employable and more attractive to employers.
Yeah,
I knew you were good. But yeah, it makes you more attractive to employers if you have this qualification in the energy assessment world. So kind of want to go through today's podcast and
talk about it.
And talk about it. So, Hannah, you first got your LCEA.
Yeah.
About a year and a half, 2 years ago?
No, I think
I thought it was 2020.
I think it was 2023, and I think it was October.
Right, okay.
Yeah, so pretty recent.
Pretty recent, okay. The last
maybe November, yeah.
I don't know when this is gonna air, so it's gonna be
some point.
Yeah, so
let's say
about a year ago.
Yeah. So you have to do, as you're aware, you have to have 2 years in industry experience. They're very specific with that. They don't accept a master's.
2 years industry experience?
Yeah, so yeah, you have to have 2 years in industry experience. And they are specific about that. So you can't count your master's towards it. That is, you need to be working actively on producing EPCs, producing protocols, working with like SFM engines and your DSM engines, which is your simplified building energy model and your dynamic simulation. So you have to build up your CPD for that. Continual professional development. Don't want to throw too many jargons in here.
No, good. Like it's good because for anyone who is starting out as an engineer, I think they've already come across these terms, especially
sort of like a
CPD.
Corporate-wide thing, isn't it? So spent the last 2 years doing that. So I think when I was qualified, I'd been here about 2.5 years, maybe. Yeah. So literally just tried to get that ready up, as soon as I could. And that was fine. The CPD itself is easy enough to build up, to collate, but obviously the application, that's when you've got to do your exam, your software exam, and then you have to do your LCC, which is your low carbon consultancy exam. And then obviously you have to do the application. So kind of explaining what you would do on a daily basis, giving them a CV of your experience. And as like you and Louise, I'm level 3, 4, and 5 qualified, which meant you have to give examples on, new and existing buildings at 3 and 4 and 5, which is just the level of detail that you would simulate as at. So yeah, it was, it was a process. I wouldn't say it was like extremely hard because it's the sort of thing we do on a daily basis anyway. Like, you're doing the job, kind of, you're building that experience up anyway. Now it does mean I have a bit more responsibility, which can be a bit unnerving. Because now I can upload my own energy performance certificates and my own brew course, and that's under my name. Which, you can obviously, like I said, you can get QA'd at
Yeah.
any time.
And what is the process of QA for the?
I haven't been QA'd.
What do you mean? You've uploaded.
I know, and I haven't been QA'd.
Or was it not in?
It was only in England.
Oh, in England.
Yeah.
So
I have uploaded one in Northern Ireland.
right.
But
Okay.
again, I haven't had anything back. So I'm yet to do my first QA. I'll be really nervous.
See, my first DBC upload was about a couple of years ago in
In
Scotland.
Scotland, I remember.
So-
So it was QA'd.
Mhm.
QA'd, for anyone who doesn't know, is when you are, it stands for quality assurance, doesn't it?
Quality assurance.
So they basically check all your work.
Yeah,
Let you
it's
know.
pretty much the accreditation body, whoever you're accredited with.
Yeah.
So there's CIBSE. Who else?
Elmhurst.
Yes, Elmhurst. They probably should have.
And does the Energy Institute? I don't know.
Energy Institute wouldn't. No, it's more like a chartership body.
Right, yeah.
I'll edit out the long pauses. We should.
Wait, what was it? Long pause, no answer.
That?
Confessions of a Shopaholic.
Oh my god.
I'm gonna watch that tonight.
Oh, that's a good one.
It's a great one.
So, sorry, I typed in LCEA to Google.
Oh yeah,
And-
I bet you that got you a lot.
You know what came up? Local Clinical Excellence Award.
Cool.
So-
I'll apply for that most
Yes.
time.
So I think CIBSE are the ones who offer low carbon energy assessment
Is it just them?
qualification. I think the other boards, if there are any, maybe might name it differently because
Yeah, they probably do. Because it's like,
So-
probably like a copyright thing.
because Elmhurst name it NDEA, so non-domestic energy assessor.
Yes. okay.
So yeah,
Probably,
the more you know,
the more you know.
like. Yeah. Brilliant. Okay. Well, yes. Like, what was the most? So the application, CIBSE do give a step-by-step guide on how to write the application.
Yeah.
I remember going through the application,
Yeah.
and the thing that was most difficult to me was the NOS units.
Yeah, they are just the most tedious. They have I've definitely found, because obviously you have to fill out the application for your level 3 and 4 and then your 5 and then the same questions. So it was quite repetitive in most of them, and they're pretty stringent. Like, they will come back to you if they're not happy with your application.
Yes.
There's a couple times, they asked for a bit more, evidence, so,
Mhm.
which I guess is good. That the QA for the process is
Yeah.
pretty good.
Mhm.
Yeah, it wasn't. I wouldn't say it was sort of hard, but it was. You put a lot of effort into it.
You definitely
in
do.
order to
It's
get it.
it's like, I don't want to compare it to uni, but it's like, a group
Similar.
project
Yeah,
in
I
uni.
think actually when I've got like the document somewhere of all my application, I think it was close to 10,000 words. I think
Wow.
I could be saying something that's completely not true, but like there was a lot of words. Maybe 5,000. Maybe
well,
maybe I'm exaggerating.
It's funny because I did that, and that was a big one. I did the on construction domestic energy assessment before,
Yeah.
and it was weird because I feel like it was the same amount of material, but it was a different submission, and that you had to create oh, this is my pamphlet that I was
Yeah,
given.
you said it's like a portfolio thing.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, well, I look forward to that in the future.
Yeah, you definitely I hope you don't do it online. I hope you get to go to Lutterworth.
I know, but you know what? It's way more expensive in months.
Really?
Yeah, like £700 now. I don't know if I can say that.
Oh my goodness.
Expensive.
No, this is the thing. Like, this podcast is out here to
Educate.
you know what?
Yeah, it says it on the website. Like, if you go on the website,
Yeah.
like the prices are very transparent. I don't know why they charge more. I think when you do the in-person one, they take you to like an example, like house or something, and they'll talk you through an on-site survey. I think that's the difference. So it's a bit more proactive in person.
Because
That's what Peter said to me anyway.
You know what? That's for his domestic energy assessment.
Peter lied to my face.
See for his see for the OCDA, the on construction.
Yeah.
Because I did my on construction domestic energy course in. Do you know when I did it?
It was before I was here, and
Yeah.
that was
It was
years
before.
ago. Before I was in college.
It was before I was born.
Yeah, it was many years ago.
Yeah.
No, well, like 4 or 5 years ago now.
I did it 2019,
5 years ago then.
before COVID, BC.
BC before COVID.
Yeah, for you had a brain. It was a simpler time. No, it
Yeah.
wasn't. It was a weird time. And
Did you do it? Was it during COVID? No.
no, it was just before. Like
Yeah.
it was in the August 2019. But it was weird because you know the way like during COVID here, and you moved over to Northern Ireland during that time.
Yeah.
During COVID here, like kind of felt like it's a bit awkward. Like
Yeah.
don't really know where I can. But even then, I remember just feeling like a lot of tension then, just like in general, because we still didn't have a Northern Ireland executive. So there's a lot of stuff that like we don't know what's gonna happen.
Yeah.
Like,
I wasn't here during the height of COVID, to be fair to you. I moved over, I think, was it like the first Christmas that we had? So like during that whole summer, I was at home.
Right,
I
okay.
moved over in the September, where
Very
we
good.
would kind of everything was lifted slightly, and then we went back into lockdown during Christmas,
Wow.
which was horrible because obviously the summer COVID lockdown was like kind of fun.
Yeah.
We didn't know what was going on. The Christmas one, it was like we've done this before. It's cold. We can't even do anything.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that was sad. But that's why I had to stay here a bit longer to really experience it.
Mm-hmm.
To get to
Experience
know
the
Northern Ireland as it
Northern
as it
Ireland.
is.
Northern Ireland.
Beautiful city. Beautiful city.
Nice wee town.
Wee Belfast.
Yeah. So yeah, no, that's really good. Really good. Thank you for talking us through the process.
You're more than welcome.
Of course. Yeah. And we've only talked about the first thing I wanted to
What's
talk
the
about.
second thing?
Well, second thing was what inspired you?
Oh, like my card says who? Who inspired you?
Yeah.
Fine.
Who inspired
Who
you?
inspired you? Real mum.
Yeah. Joanne.
She's really active on LinkedIn.
Yeah, she's friending everyone.
Yeah.
She knows we went to primary school together.
She does. I guess we spoke about it, didn't we, when I sort of asked about my career progression, because you were doing your LCEA around the time that I started. Do you
Yeah.
remember? So I was kind of like intrigued about what that was and what it meant for me. So it was something I brought up in my first review, and then obviously you have to do your low carbon consultant exam
Yeah.
before you can, as part of your low carbon energy assessor application. So I did that in my second year. And so kind of just speaking to yourself and then speaking to Alan, doing a bit of research myself. I mean, it just felt like a natural progression for my
yeah.
career, because I was already doing EPCs and brokers under Alan. So I may as well get a qualification and do it under my own name. So
Yeah,
you know.
no, exactly. That's really great as well. And then look at you now.
Look at
You're
me now.
heading to London with this qualification under
Heading
your
to the
belt.
big city.
And it's actually amazing because like I don't think you realize like how many people maybe they know how to create an EPC,
Yeah,
but they maybe actually don't have the qualification to issue it.
it was a very trying to think of the word,
Eye-opening or
eye-opening, confidence boosting situation. Maybe I was very nervous to apply for jobs in London coming from Belfast. I've never
Mhm.
worked in London before, and honestly, I was met with a lot of opportunities, and I was really fortunate when I was looking for a new job, because as you know, I'm staying in the same field.
Yeah.
I'm going to continue this sort of career in a different company.
Mhm.
And there was a lot out there for me, and I was obviously told that that's because of my qualifications and because of how young I am and to be qualified. So I was really lucky to have become qualified in this company, because now it just has opened a lot more opportunities for me in London. So I was surprised. I don't think there's that many people qualified as maybe I thought there would be.
Mhm.
Maybe just very niche.
Yeah, or you find like what is it? Like because you'd find that like maybe one person is qualified
And then everyone submits under their
and
name.
then everyone submits under their name, or like they teach everyone and they're like, yeah, you can build this up for me. And
Yeah, I
then
don't know if I'd want someone to do that for me, but
I build it up.
yeah.
It's what, you'll know by the person, like, it's like,
Yeah.
right, okay, like, it'll be fine. But then there's people like who like Alan, like he would check stuff. Like he would be like, okay, I'll check your QA.
He's pretty confident in trusting
Yeah,
in
and it's like
everything.
you shouldn't trust him.
Yeah, like you know,
Wait a second.
like, you sure you trust me?
No.
Yeah, so I'm looking forward to it and meeting new people in this career.
Yeah. Well, that actually brings us on to our other topic.
Okay,
You have recently joined a committee
I have joined a
team.
committee.
A committee. You've joined the
CIBSE YEN, the Young Engineers Network, London, as the communications officer.
communications officer.
Yes.
Very good. By the time what is it, this comes out, you'll be fully fledged in the role. So I hope you share this.
I share on the CIBSE YEN.
Yeah, on the CIBSE YN.
Yeah. I'm pretty excited because obviously that'll give me the opportunity to meet people in our industry in London.
Yeah.
And I think it's also nice because, for example, like seeing yourself, you know, you're pretty heavily involved in the Energy Institute. You've made a lot of contacts. You've done really well for yourself in terms of networking, and you know, I want to do the same. So you've inspired me, and
Stop, please.
I'm excited. Excited.
That's so good. And you've already got like connections with CIBSE here.
I do. Max
Max
is the chair of the Northern Irish Committee. He's lovely. It's really nice. And he kind of pointed me in the right direction. I actually did. He did ask for his advice.
So CIBSE just seems like the right fit.
Yeah, well, you know, like I use CIBSE a lot on my day-to-day life. So like the PM59s, you know, CIBSE Guide A. Yeah. Well, you know, obviously, yeah, we're members through the Low Carbon Energy Assessor. So it felt like the right path for me. Definitely looking towards chartership at some point in the near future. I'll give myself some time, some breathing time.
That's like one of the things I found, because I literally remember just doing the LCEA and then
you went straight into it, did you?
Like not straight into chartership, but like I remember, I think one of my reviews just like, oh yeah, what about chartership? I was like, can I breathe?
Yeah,
like, can I breathe?
Yeah, I think I'm gonna go for it. Like, I'm gonna give myself 2 years.
You know what? See what this is just general advice. I know we're talking on the podcast, but general advice. What chartership applications love is like not management experience, but like management experience. But the fact that, say you're teaching someone, and if you're teaching someone, passing on your skills, like it's loved.
Yeah, essentially, Peter.
Peter. But yes, and also I'm sure in your new role as well, there'll be some people that take on, like, you know, the training.
Yeah, I mean, obviously I have no idea the dynamic yet, but I kind of think I'm going in like a middle level, which is exciting. You know, this was my first job out of uni, so I have no idea really what to expect going in as someone who's already got the experience. So I'm excited to see what that's like.
So you're part of the Young Engineers Network for CIBSE.
Yep.
I'm part of the Young Professionals Network for Energy Institute.
Yep.
And Kristen is part of the Young Members Network for IMEC. All these bodies are within the engineering realm, and you can apply to be part of them. And they're a great organisation to join if you would like to be chartered. They provide lots of helpful tools, like what you should do in your application, etc. But yeah, can't recommend to join it enough. But I love the way, like, okay, just even I'm showing you the piece of paper I've written down.
Yeah.
Like, just look at them. Like, they're so.
What the Y and
it's only the middle letter that changes.
I mean, they're all the same thing, aren't they?
And engineering professionals,
young people in the industry,
engineering professional members.
How have you found that your career has changed from being part of a young members or the young professionals committee? Like, how's it changed?
I would definitely say it's made me a lot more aware of the different jobs in the energy industry. I kind of joined the Energy Institute committee back in 2022. And was on the position as secretary. So
so you're part of the big boy, the actual Energy Institute.
The big boys. And then with the Energy Institute, you can become the YPN.
You're the chair.
Oh, no,
Vice chair.
William would be chair.
William's the chair, you are the vice chair, is that correct?
Vice chair, we'll see.
It's like an informal role.
I'd say informal role. Definitely help out as much as I can. What is it? That's what I'll say. I'll be humble about it. It's like I help out when I can.
help out when I'm needed.
When I needed. My name goes on.
Yeah. He does all the work and I put my name on it.
But yeah, one of the things, like, we're definitely have good links with Ulster University.
Yep.
And we won
I think there's like 11 events from the YE and every year.
Yeah, no, that would make sense.
Yeah.
I think they try to do once a month, don't they?
Once a month except August, because apparently it's a busy month for everyone.
That's fair. That's fair.
Not for me. I'll be here.
I'll be here.
Seeing
it.
I won't be going on holiday.
Seeing it in. We should probably get back on track because I feel like a lot of this I'm going to have to edit.
Yeah, you'll have a nice time listening to them.
Yeah, that'll be good.
Office banter.
Office banter. Well, Hannah, like, this podcast, the episode, is kind of to talk about your accreditations, all your accreditations you've achieved.
Yes.
So far, because it hasn't just been your LCEA. What else have you done?
Oh, what do you mean? What else have I done?
Well, sorry, that sounded like a very pointed question.
Yeah.
What else have you done?
Yeah, what have you done?
Yeah. No, well, okay, you've maybe not got qualifications, but you've learned SATs.
Yes, I've learned how to do the SAPs.
And you've learned how to build U-values.
U-values, have a lot of fun building up a U-value.
And you've learned how to input thermal bridging.
I haven't. That's not true.
Thermal bridging. No, thermal bridging, like what it actually is.
Oh, yeah, I mean, I guess kind of. It'd still be very...
Because loads of people don't do that. They just use default.
Yeah, overheating.
Overheating, yeah.
Document O.
Document O.
Nightmare.
Report issuing them, and
whole life carbon assessments. That's a real treat.
Whole life carbon, yes, that's using. Yes, you're one of the only ones in the office who knows how to do that.
One of the only ones. There's like 3 of us.
Okay.
It uses the one-click software. Yeah,
and it really gives an insight into embodied carbon.
It's a learning. It's a learning curve. It feels like it's simple, but it's the more you think about it,
it's not
simple.
Okay.
You have to be sort of confident, speak to the quantity surveyors, structural engineers, like we would never really speak to structural engineers, and then you do have to speak to them when you do whole life carbon assessments and your LCAs and all that jazz. So I've been really trying to build up, well, just as I've been talking to people, more confidence in speaking about the structural parts of the building, because I don't come from structural background, so a lot of it is a massive learning curve. So I've done a little bit of that.
That's good. And that's the thing with, how would you compare yourself now to when you first entered the role, like a couple of years ago?
I knew nothing. Literally knew nothing. I'd never looked at like a ventilation drawing. I'd never, I couldn't even told you what like a gas combi boiler even was. And we had one in our house. What a U-value was, learn everything on the job. Feel a lot more confident.
And you know what? Can I ask you, what did you find to be the most effective teaching method for yourself?
Just vocational, I think, like literally on the job. Like, you do have to do a lot of reading, but you will only learn through making mistakes. And that probably sounds like not a great way to learn, but it's the only way.
Because you're like, I won't make that again.
Yeah, because then you know what you've done. And I find as well, people can tell you stuff, and they can come at you and tell you things, but for me, the way I learn is I need to know how and why something is the way it is.
Yeah.
So, it's all well and good saying like, I don't even know, I can't think off the top of my head, but like, I want to know, I find if I know how something works, it tends to stick, So that's how I would learn.
Okay. That's really great to hear.
Talking to people is the best way to learn.
Yeah.
I think, like, it is a bit nerve-wracking, like speaking to like the other parts of the design team. But it's the best way, because then you find all these things out that you would never have found out if you'd sent them an email.
Yeah.
You literally just have a chat with them and ask them questions. You find out way more. I always would prefer to have a chat with someone than send them an email, and then obviously follow up with an email.
Yeah.
I've learned a lot more.
I think before COVID, I used to like we used to share the same office. It's called Wells.
Yeah.
So I used to just like go up.
I
like, talk
still
to them.
do. Like, I would much prefer
See, I would, but that's like bloody like that's like
Lord,
three
yeah,
stories.
3 stories, I know.
Yeah.
I do like to go up and have a chat because I think I just want to stretch my legs. And then I like to have a chat with them,
We break.
get to know. And then sometimes they'll be like, "Oh, here, such and such," and you're like, "Oh,
I didn't know
okay,
that.
yeah."
Brilliant. Okay.
hmm
I'm gonna take that with me.
Yeah, and then you've built a relationship with them. They put a name to the face.
Mm-hmm. But yeah. No, but that's great. I feel like we're given the inside scoop into what it's like and working in an office.
In an office, yeah.
In a in a
Birthdays, sausage rolls.
yeah. What's the sausage rolls you make? The mustard.
I know, no, they're like with bacon and onion chutney. I know, because Ryan was like, "Are you gonna make sausage rolls for when you leave?" And I was like, "Do you think I have time
Yeah.
to make sausage rolls before I leave?" And he was like, "They better be from a bakery." And I'm like, I don't know whether
Right. Sometimes be so cocky.
so
like
cocky. And I was like, you'll be lucky if I bring them in from Tesco's.
yeah. I actually still haven't brought in stuff for my birthday.
I didn't bring anything because my birthday was on the works too, so I think I'm
Yeah.
not doing this.
No,
Yeah,
just
so I'll bring some store-bought sausage rolls in.
Store-bought.
And people will still eat them, I guarantee.
Oh yeah. People will like, probably eat them faster.
Eat them regardless. So
Yeah.
I'll
Yep.
cut them up so they're half.
Yeah. That's good. That's like, can I get a full sausage roll?
You can.
Brilliant. Brilliant. One of the things I do want to introduce to this podcast,
Mm.
we were talking about it, is the process of video cameras.
Yeah, I mean, yeah,
It's like you can if you want
you
to.
can. I will never be on the podcast ever again.
Will you fly over to be on the podcast?
No, we'll have to do a team call.
Oh my god! Oh my god!
Like I'm a celebrity who's like far away somewhere, like off season. I'm like, "Hey, thanks for
Yeah,
having
and
me."
it's like maybe the audio's a bit. I think it's like,
Yeah.
"Hi guys."
Wi-Fi's a bit funny in
Yeah,
the cabin.
yeah. What if I fly over with my staff to do an interview? Like, would you?
Yeah, if you did, that would be a big commitment on your part. So sure.
But nothing. I used to be one of those people like before I was like brought down with like not like before I was lasted down with
I was grounded.
before I was lasted down with the responsibilities of life.
Yeah.
But I used to be like, oh, I might book a flight somewhere. Like
Really?
so-
Oh no, I've never been like that.
Yeah,
Never like that.
I was gonna go like one of my flights was to go to Bucharest.
Okay.
Because of the Dracula. I'm a really big Dracula
Oh
fan.
yeah, you want to go to Transylvania?
Yeah. But then that was the year of COVID, so it didn't happen. So
That's fair enough. I mean, I've never been drawn to Bucharest.
yeah,
But I'm going to
definitely.
Rome in October.
Amazing.
Yeah,
It's gonna be like Kristen Bell's acclaimed 2006 movie When in Rome.
I don't think I've seen that.
Yeah, you really should. It's really good. I think that's how her and Doug Shepherd met, her husband.
Really? That's how they
Yeah.
met? Okay. I'll look it up.
I want to retract my 2006.
What was that?
It's 2010. Okay.
That is 14 years ago.
Oh, don't! I remember going to see that for my birthday.
Oh, do you know what I went to go see? For like I was when I was really young, and like it was my first birthday with like friends and stuff. We went to the cinema to see The Golden Compass.
The Golden
Do you remember
Compass.
The Golden Compass?
Oh my goodness, that is. It's weird because I know it's a naughties film, but like
I don't think it's a naughties film.
No.
Like, it's in the 2000s. Wait, is naughties mean 2000?
yeah, naughties
cool.
means like 2000
Oh, okay.
between 2000 and 2010.
Yeah, it was probably in that era.
Yeah, can you tell me when The Golden Compass was made?
2005?
Oh, you're so close. 2007.
I would have been 9.
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, you're like, oh my god.
Get out.
You'd have been 13.
Oh my god. No, I would have been 12. 2007. Oh, 1995.
Yeah, I'm 1998. But I'm just on the cusp. I probably would have been 8,
Yeah.
actually.
Mhm.
Nope, it was my birthday. It was probably 9. It was probably my birthday.
Wow.
Wow.
Well, that's great. I remember what is it? I was talking about the podcast at lunch,
Yeah.
and I was like telling the girls Tanya and Dipti
Mm.
from upstairs, great modelers by the way.
Yeah.
I think it was Dipti who was like, oh, what's it on?
Mm.
And then I was kind of explaining, it's like, oh yeah, okay, it's kind of like what it's like to work in this industry.
I
if you
think I know
want
where
to,
you're going with this.
like, it was like, if you want to, like, have a job, it's like, oh yeah, but not this, like, something more interesting, like, right?
Really? Is that what she said?
It was something like, oh, something like film or like,
No, it's on our job.
Yeah, and then, like, she was kind of like, okay.
I thought you were going with it in the way that you were like, oh, what's it on? As in, she was like, what platform can I watch, listen to it on?
Oh.
Where I thought you were going with that.
Oh, right, yeah.
As in, you like explained the whole thing, and she was like, where can I listen?
Yeah, like, and it's like, wow.
Oh, okay.
It's like, you know what? I'm just not going to ask you any questions again.
Yeah, I'm gonna go.
Yeah. Well, what do you think about that? Is there anything else you would like to cover? Because I feel we've gone in detail about the plan to become an LCEA,
Yeah,
which I feel like is an important chunk for an energy engineer's progress. We also talked about joining an organization.
Yeah.
And then also talked about general office builder, like
General
me and
office
you. Like,
just
yeah.
us, just convoluting.
Yeah.
I don't think so.
Yeah.
Is there anything you want to talk about?
It's been a rough couple of weeks.
Actually, I do.
Actually, it's a long story.
How much time have you got?
Yeah, and you're like,
I'm at 6:30. You're like, forget 6:30.
Yeah, forget 6:30. You're lucky if you get out of here at 7:30.
Yeah. You'd be lucky if you're out here before nightfall.
Yeah. That's the one thing I will say that I like. The nights have got brighter.
Yeah.
So
they have indeed. I do like summer.
Yeah.
I do like summer. But I prefer winter.
I prefer autumn.
Oh, you're a Halloween girly though, aren't you?
Yeah.
I'm a Christmas bitch.
Christmas. Is that the term?
It's an official term.
Official term.
Oxford Dictionary Christmas bitch. Holiday boys.
The holiday boys. Oh my goodness. Yeah. Well, Hannah, can I just say thank you so much. You've been absolutely amazing to have on the podcast.
You're welcome.
And even though it's your second podcast, this definitely is not your last podcast.
Always a pleasure, never a chore.
I feel like I should give some context. I don't know why, but I say that to every
person I see.
Yeah,
someone steps in front of me. Always a pleasure, never a chore.
And they're just gonna look at me. It's like, can you leave? Like,
yeah. No, thank you for having me on the podcast. This will not be my last one.
And I think when I tag you, I'll tag your new job role as well.
Yeah, keep it on the download for now. Keep everyone on their seats.
Yeah.
We're not friends anymore. That's sad. So sad.
Hi, you're like, hi Anya, how are you?
Yeah, it's like really, I'm like, oh yeah, I'm really good, thanks. So,
yeah, I'm really good, thanks. Oh, so good to hear from you.
The weather's been pretty good, yeah.
Yeah.
Pretty good actually, and
haven't been up to much. Like,
it's been saving. Been saving, working away. Work's busy.
Yeah, work's busy.
What did I had a ham and cheese sandwich for lunch, yeah.
Yeah.
No, it was really good.
No, but I want that to be like what we talk about every day. I'm like, what did you have for lunch?
Yeah, every single day.
Yeah.
Chicken salad every day.
Because I feel like I'll be talking to you on Instagram and then you'll be talking to Kristen on WhatsApp. I
will not talk to her on WhatsApp.
She doesn't really use Instagram.
She has to. I don't talk to her in any other way. I've also to Instagram me. She's like shaking. She's like, hi.
It's like a voice note. Well, sorry, my bad.
Why did you just throw your phone at me?
You're like, why have I got a black eye?
You're in the office, the recording, and it's like, why are you taking your pants off? You don't put your pants back on.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. Well, that's the thing. I don't know. Did you watch The Office last time? You were on the podcast.
Yeah, I was. I think I'd finished it a while back.
Yeah,
I was ready to start all over again once I finished Desperate Housewives.
Well, I have to say, I think people will definitely laugh at this podcast episode as well because, again,
guys, if you laugh, you can send me a £5 or PayPal.
Per chuckle,
just to support my small business.
Yeah.
Business is me getting lunch in London.
Yeah, and I was like, so you have to send me minimum £20.
Minimum £20, so I can afford a cup of tea.
Yeah. Well, Hannah, thank you so much for being on the podcast.
You're welcome.
Yeah, and this definitely isn't your last one.
Absolutely not.
No, I'll fly over and get you to record your
This
voices.
time I'll pay you.
Yeah, you pay. I just want to clarify, Hannah's not getting paid, okay?
That's what she wants you to know.
Phones me, just like,
I
and
hope
yeah.
that she got paid, but
Yeah.
you guys are getting paid?
Yeah, you guys are getting paid? Wow.
Yes.
But yeah, no, thanks for coming on.
You're welcome.
Okay.
I will see you tomorrow.
I will see you after the function.
I'll see you.
Yeah, you just leave. You're like, you put down the headphones, like, bye.
Bye. I'm like, "Ah, I've got to go. I've got to catch a train."
Yeah. I'm like, wait.
Yeah, there's no trains in Northern Ireland.
I'll end it there. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Thanks for listening to Carbon Cli-MATES. If you follow us on Instagram at carbon_Cli-MATES, you can keep up to date with our latest news, posts, or episode uploads. Yep. Okay. Thanks for listening. Bye.